my dear children, I am Miss Rishika. Today in this video I am going to teach you the lesson Petty Cash Book for grade 8. First we will see what Petty Cash Book is. Petty Cash Book is a book of original entry, or we call it prime entry book, where we record all the small values of transactions. For an example, now assume you have paid for an envelope or for an stationery, okay? So those small values or small amounts of transactions will be recorded as a group in a specific book of an original entry. We call that book Petty Cash Book. So Petty Cash Book is a book of original entry we call prime entry book, where we record all the small amounts of transactions. Now I have given here the format of a Petty Cash Book. We'll see here. Petty Cash Book is also has a dual function. We have learned when we did Cash Book that Cash Book has a dual function. What is it? It works as a T account, that means a ledger account, as well as a prime entry book. So as also the Petty Cash Book, it has a dual function as well. It works as a prime entry book as well as a ledger account. I'll explain. Here the receipt column, this side, only the receipt column is assumed as the debit side of the Petty Cash Book, and we have detail and date column. These two columns are common for both debit and credit sides. So only debit side receipt column will be included in the petty cash. Date and detail column will be common for both debit and credit side. Here we have voucher number. Whenever you do small transactions, you will issue a voucher. So that voucher number will be included in this column. Total, the amount of the transaction. For an example, assume you purchased an envelope for £20, then it will be recorded in here. Then here you will be able to see there are few columns. Children, remember these columns are called analyses column. Okay, analyses column. And this column differs according to the business. Some business may have few columns like 5 or 3 columns. Some businesses might have more than 5. So this is called analyses column. Okay, so I have taken only 4 columns. Postage, the transaction which related with the postage, including this column. Cleaning, if you are paying for a cleaner or if you are purchasing some cleaning equipment, it will be included in this column. Travel expenses and stationery. So remember children, these analyses column differs from business to business. Here you have to learn a specific term called cash float. Cash float is the sum of money the petty cashier received from the main cashier. It is fixed. Okay. Now for an example, if assume I am a petty cashier, from my main cashier each month, at the very beginning of each month, I will be getting a fixed amount that is called cash float. So each month, at the very beginning of each month, you will be receiving this from the main cashier. From the main cashier will be given it to the petty cashier. For an example, I'll take, assume our cash float is 1000. Okay, so the very beginning of month March, I have £1000 with me, but at the end of the month March, I have spent £750. Okay, so what is the balance I have? 250. So this is the balance that I will carry down for the next month. So before you start the month of April, what is the next month? Month of April. Before you start the month of April, what you have to do? This 250 should be updated to the cash float. So what is the cash float? 1000. So still we have only £250 as your balance. So to make it equal to 1000, what is the cash that you should get from the main cashier? The 750 which you spend for the month of March. Understood? So our cash float was 1000. During the month of March, we spent 750 pounds. So at the very beginning of the month of April, we have 250 as your balance. So before you start the month of April, what you have to do? You have to update it to the 1000. So what is the difference? 750. This is the amount that you have to ask from the main cashier. So this one, when we ask from the main cashier, we call it reimbursement. What do you call it? Reimbursement. When I'm doing a sum, I'll explain you further. So understood? So cash float is a fixed amount which you received at the very beginning of each month. So whatever the balance you have, that balance should be updated to the cash float. Now I have taken a worked example. See, the following information was extracted from a small business for the month of May. Okay? Month of May 2017. So at the very beginning, we'll assume this is the first month. They have started the first month. The petty cashier received cash float of 200. That means each month his or her business petty cash balance should be updated to 200 pounds. Now I'll show you how to record this. When you receive this 200, okay, from the main cashier, it relates with the cash book. So cash book will be decreased and the petty cash will be increased. So cash book will be debited, then petty cash. What is the only column we have on the debit side? The receipt column. So that 200 will be recorded in the receipt column. Date will be the 1st of May, and as detail you can exchange the name of the accounts. So you have recorded the credit one in the cash book. So here the debit one you can write cash. Here voucher number, cash book, page number 19, because we have not issued a voucher. Okay, so the very beginning of the business, month of May, we are receiving, so cash book will be credited, petty cash book will be debited. That means you have to record in the receipt column. Next, on May 2nd, you have spent on stationery 11 and 75 pence, 11 pounds and 75 pence. Here you will be able to see I have included the date May 2nd. The detail will be stationery because we spend on stationery. They have not given the voucher number, so we are the one who's issuing, so we can start with voucher number 1. First what you have to do, 11 and 45 pence. Here you will be able to see pound is there and also pence is there. So 11 and 45 pounds pence has been included in the total. So first you have to remember, first you have to write the amount in the total column, then in the particular related column. So this one they have spent on stationery. I have taken analysis, 5 analysis column: postage, cleaning, travel expenses, stationery and other operating expense. Other operating expenses means the amounts which does not relate with the other 4 columns will be included in the other operation expenses. So here they have spent stationery, so which include in the stationery column. So you write the amount first in the total column and then next in the specific column. Then we have spent postage stamps. Postage stamp 22 pounds, tea and coffee for office visitors 8 pounds. Now I'm going to do both together. Postage stamp, voucher number 2 May 4th, total we have written 22, postage is included in the postage column. So the specific column is postage. May 6th you have spent on tea and coffee. Tea and coffee, voucher number 3, we'll record in the total column. Then it does not belongs to postage, cleaning, traveling expense or stationery, right? So what it will be included? It will be included in other operating. You have spent to purchase tea and coffee for the visitors. So it does not belong to one of these first 4 columns. So it will be recorded in the other operating expenses. Now I'll take travel expenses, computer disk and postage on parcel. Okay, so travel expense total in the total column 16 pounds. Then what is the specific column? It belongs to travel expenses. Computer disk 10 pounds and 67 pence. It relates with the stationery. So I wrote in the stationery column. Postal on parcel voucher number 6. First you have to write 3 and 60 pence in the total column. Postage relate with the postage column. So likewise, office cleaner, that means you have appointed or you have hired a cleaner, you are paying him 25 pounds. It relates with cleaning expenditure, so you will include in the cleaning column. Milk total and it relates with other operating expenses. Louisa Moro we have received from Louisa Moro. Okay, now if you can see May 25th you have received, this is a receipt, not a payment. You have received 6 pounds from Louisa Moro, office manager for personnel. She has come and have taken some postage. Okay, so for that we are receiving. So which column it will be written? It will be written in the receipt column. So you can see Louisa Moro voucher number, that means receipt number 26, May 25th. It will be debited. So debit column, the only column we have, that is the receipt column. Then again we have spent on office cleaner 25, specific column is cleaning. Cleaning material you have purchased, you will record in the total column and the cleaning column. Then travel expenses 23 and it belongs to travel expenses column. So likewise you have to write the description, total and once in the particular column. So this one, remember children, these analysis column differs from business to business. Now after you record all the transaction which has happened during the month, we have to balance off. Now you all already know whenever we record in the cash book, at the end of the month you have to balance off and take the balance to the next month. So we have to balance off for the month of May and we have to take the balance to the month of June. First what you have to do, you can balance the total and the specific analysis column. But this analysis column will be closed down and these balance will be debited to each and every T account or ledger account. That means you have to open a postage account and this amount will be debited because here we have recorded on the credit side. So debit entry as a group, okay, as a group we will record on the debit side of the postage expense account. You have to open another account for cleaning expense account and this amount will be debited to that account. Then 39 pounds you have to open, it relates with the travel expense when you add these two amounts, travel expense account and you have to debit to that travel expenses account. Stationery expense 22 pound and 42 pence, that will be debited to the stationery expense. Other operating expense account 12 pounds and 20 pence should be debited. So don't forget, always make sure after you balance off these analysis columns should be debited. Why? Because these are expenses. So when expense increase it will be debited. So each column's total will be debited to each and every T account. Now I'll show you how to balance off the receipt and the payments of the petty cash. Now if you take the total, it gives you 153 and 62 pence. 153 pounds and 62 pence. Now already you know, when you balance off, what you will do, you will take the biggest amount and you will write the biggest amount on both sides and you subtract the smallest amount. So if you look at this one, you will be able to see the receipt column has more value, 206. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to write 206 both sides. Then the addition of the total column, it has 153 pounds and 62 pence. That should be subtracted and you will take this value. Okay, this value, that is your balance carried down for the next month. Here you will be able to see June 1st. This is the month of May. You will be taking it to June. 1st of June, the balance brought down. CD carried down, BD brought down. And it will be recorded. Don't write the amount on this side. It should be recorded in the receipt column. Now what you have to do? We have to reimburse. Why? I have earlier explained, before you start the next month, the balance should be updated to the cash float. So according to this example, our cash float is 200 pounds. Okay? According to this example, our cash float is 200. That means the balance should be updated to 200. So already we have 52 pounds and 38 pence. It should be updated to 200. So what you have to do, you have to find the balance. How to find? The amount which you have in your hand should be subtracted from the cash float. Then 200 minus 52 and 38 pence, you will be getting 147 pounds and 62 pence. So this is 147 pounds and 62 pence should be collected from the main cashier. So children, after you record and after you tally this, don't forget to reimburse, because definitely before you start the next month, you should reimburse or you should update your value to the cash float. So according to this one, the cash float is 200. So you have 52 and 38 pence. Then from the main cashier, you have to ask for 147 pounds and 62 pence. So as I explained, from the petty cashier, receipt column was debited at the very beginning 200 and at the very beginning of the next month 147 and 62 pence. And all the totals of the analysis column has been debited to each and every expense account. We have postage, we have cleaning expense account, we have travel expense, stationery and other operating expenses. And when you are writing, children, make sure you write the date at the very end. That means this is the month of May, May 31st. As description, the credit entry is there in the petty cash, so you have to exchange the names. In the petty cash, you wrote other operating expenses. Then in other operating expenses, you have to mention petty cash as your detail. So children, I hope you got an idea about the petty cash. So main, if we take as conclusion, I can explain you, petty cash book means a prime entry book where you use to record all the small amounts of transaction, and after that you have to balance it off, and before that, after you balance it off, make sure you reimburse. Why? Because you have to start the next year by having cash in your hand. So I hope you understood. I have given some more sums in your assignments. Make sure you do them. If you have any doubts, we can discuss it in near future. Thank you children. God bless you and stay safe.